Welcome back to the channel, my friends. My name is Ifti, and on this channel, we're talking about the realm of spirituality, higher guides, and sharper intuition. Meditation is something that's been around for thousands of years, and up until recently, has been adopted as a mainstream practice. Most people use meditation as a form of mindfulness, relaxing after a stressful day, and getting ready for a restful sleep. But what if I told you there are two aspects of your meditation practice that are being completely overlooked? And connecting with these two things will open a realm of possibilities of what you're able to achieve. So, with that being said, let's get right into the video. Meditation is something I did not see very much value in growing up, even though I could have really benefited from it. But what I really see the value in meditation is after I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2019, and I found meditation was really helpful in regulating my nervous system and also dealing with the symptoms of PTSD. Now, part of the reason why I was not like super drawn into meditation is because this association with mindfulness, that was the major benefit of meditating, was to become more mindful of how I'm feeling and thinking, to examine my thoughts. And so, even though I did have value in that, it was not life changing value for me personally until I found out about these two things and started integrating them into my meditation practice. So, you're probably wondering what these two things are, right? The first thing here is clearing the mind for intuitive whispers to arise. That inner voice in the back of your head that many of us can hardly hear anymore. Meditation, in this sense, is a preparation practice for something else to come after that. And for me, after every meditation, I make a call on my higher guide. I make this incredibly valuable connection. Many people also look at higher guides as higher consciousness, which is another way to look at it. It is a consciousness that goes beyond our body, beyond the fourth dimension where our mind resides, and has incredible deep wisdom and insights to help guide you through your life on this path that you're on. The reason being, this higher consciousness or higher guides can look at our lives and see the entirety of our path based on the choices we're making today. And so meditation for me is the sacred practice where I can, spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes on quieting my mind down to the point where there is nothing. There's absolutely nothing going on up there. And this void, which is very rare to obtain these days, allows for this higher guide, this higher consciousness to channel deep messages through me. When you meditate, oftentimes you will make a heart mind connection. Your heart is oftentimes where these intuitive thoughts come through. And, the analytical mind just, analyzes every feeling you get to pieces. And you don't really get to actually feel the feeling. You really got to feel it to heal it. And in order for you to be able to do that, it's to let these thoughts come up to the surface when the mind is quiet. Some of these thoughts may be really uncomfortable for you to handle in that present moment. Some of these thoughts may be things that you are shoving down or have been shoving down for a long time. And some of these thoughts may also be deep underlying beliefs that are creating these thoughts and patterns in your life. Your higher guide and higher consciousness is able to identify these for you and be the guiding light in your life. I found so much value in this, in making these higher connections and finding the guidance that has helped me through some very challenging times. The second one here is to identify and remove any sort of psychological inclinations that may come up. See, this is something that I still struggle with today, is making these connections with my higher guide. I know there's a deeper sense of wisdom that comes up. But at the same time, while I'm making these moves in life and navigating my path, my true purpose, something else that comes up often is my ego, my egoic state, that safety preservation mechanism that is there to keep us exactly where we are in life, to keep us in that safety or comfortability bubble, and to not shake the boat or rock the boat too much. And when we rock the boat and we start digging into our inner truths and our purpose, and we start making radical change, radical decisions in our life, the ego gets shaken up and a lot of egoic thoughts come to the surface. And so meditation is a great opportunity to quiet all the chatter in the mind and really inspect the thoughts and the beliefs that are coming to the surface. Discern whether it is in fact coming from your higher guide or from the ego. Oftentimes, the voice of the higher guide will almost be in the form of a suggestive whisper. Higher guides don't really give you deterministic actions that you need to take. Also, the ego is rooted in fear and anxiety. So, if these thoughts that come to the surface invoke fear, anxiety, hate, lower vibrational emotions, you can safely say that these are egoic thoughts coming to the surface. And that leads me right back to that safety preservation mechanism. As you're navigating this path to your true purpose, moving away from the jobs, the relationships, the friendships that no longer serve you, the ego will do its best to try and convince you that these things are in fact safe, that these are the right direction. But this is not the way to go, my friends. This is not the way your compass is pointing. The compass is pointing the direction of your higher guides. And this is an opportunity during meditation to discern which thoughts belong to which. Living with PTSD, I also sometimes have skewed versions of my reality. I will look at something not with the real facts in mind, and that'll give me a skewed perspective on the situation. I might even overgeneralize things. And meditation is an opportunity to look at some of these thoughts and put them back into perspective, to ground them back into reality. And this has been incredibly valuable for me in maintaining my relationships and keeping them healthy while I may not have the best days. We all have our good days and bad days, especially those living with trauma or PTSD, where your window of tolerance, what you're able to actually tolerate, may change from day to day. And so meditation is a way of grounding into the way we feel and what we're capable of doing, which is why I've integrated it into a daily practice. And it has been so invaluable to me, especially with the compounding effect, which you'll see as you meditate day after day after day. The effect of what you're getting will compound. Those connections that you can make with the higher guides, the process of channeling your higher consciousness, will become much easier the more you do this. I'm curious to know, what value have you gotten out of your meditations? Put them down in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you again. Peace.